Welcome, Vegan Montreal viewers. This is AJ again here to give you a quick show of something that I like to make for lunch every once in a while. It's pretty healthy, I think, and really tasty. Pita that just came out of the freezer, and I just microwaved it for about a minute. This is one of the large ones. This size is very good for making pizza as well. You can make a nice vegan pizza with this stuff. It's pretty great. And I'll show that to you again in a future episode. So to start off with, we have today we're making a kind of like a wrap, I guess you could call it. So the pita is whole wheat. And start off with, I'm going to use some hummus. I've just taken a hummus and mixed in a little bit of extra garlic powder and onion powder, and I think I put some curry in here too. That would explain why it's so yellow, and possibly some hot sauce or pepper in here as well. And that really, for me, bumps up the flavor quite a lot. So I'm just going to take a nice little amount and just spread it on here. Maybe I'll put just a touch more. There we go. Next, we have a nice Roma tomato here. I prefer the Roma tomatoes, or the ones that have a little bit more kind of solidity to them. I don't like them when they're very mushy. I find the Roma tend to keep pretty well in the fridge. I also like those heirloom tomatoes, but it's very hard to find those at any kind of a reasonable price. I prefer the ones that have all those weird colors and big bumps on them and all that stuff like that. If you can get them in a few different colors, it's quite amazing how different the flavors can be. And if you're a tomato lover like me, you might really enjoy those, so I would highly recommend give those a shot if you ever see them. They are sometimes a little bit expensive, but I think they're worth it. At least to try every once in a while. Okay, so that was the tomato. Now we'll move on to some sweet peppers. And these are the mini peppers. They come in a variety of different colors. Usually they come in like orange, yellow, and red. They're super sweet. Here, let me show you an orange one. They're super sweet. They can be eaten like snacks. Just wash them up, and they're really terrific. You can eat the whole thing, except for the end piece here. And they're great little snacks to have during the day. I love them. Like I said, they're super sweet, so don't expect the challenges that you might usually have with peppers. So I'll use all three of these in this case. I've already washed them. I know some people might cut them open and pull out the seeds. I don't do that. And then you can just kind of like open them up like that. Usually there's only enough room for 2 of these peppers inside one of this type of sandwich. So I'll eat this orange one right now. Yum. Got a nice snap to it. Next, just to give it some different kind of a flavor and give it a little bit of heat, I'm going to take some vegan kimchi. Kimchi, if you don't know, is a kind of like a fermented cabbage that comes from Korea. And you can get them in some cases in a vegan variety. And get you some nice extra nutrition from that. And then the pièce de résistance, as we say, a little bit of frizzy kale. Just going to wash it. And I love kale for this sort of thing. This plus purple cabbage are terrific on sandwiches, especially because they keep really well in the fridge. So the purple cabbage, I mean, I don't know. If you wrap it properly, it can stay for a really, really long time. Sometimes it gets a little bit of browning. And what I do in that case is the parts that are exposed, you just cut off the brown part, and then it can be easily used. So feel free to use as much of this of the kale as you like. Of course, you can vary the amounts of stuff that you put in here. And there you go. And I think that's looks lovely. So what's nice about all of these kind of like veggies that I'm putting in, like the pepper and the tomato and so on like that. By the way, I usually like to kind of do it on a kind of an angle like that, so it's not perfectly, usually I try to keep one end closed like that. You can see that. Usually stops the food from coming out at the bottom. You can kind of hold it there and just eat from the top, and it's coming open by itself if you don't hold it. And again, you can add other things to this. You can put in some green onion, chopped green onion, which I really like inside this mix. You can add other spices if you like. You know, you just kind of go crazy with this. And but just keep in mind that it is possible to overfill this type of thing, which means that the pita is going to start breaking apart. You may want to try and toast it a little bit first, give it a little bit more strength. But don't toast it too much, otherwise it'll be a little hard to eat. So thank you very much for joining me. This is Vegan Montreal, AJ here. And if you have any comments or suggestions in terms of other things that you can add to this dish or other types of similar dishes that you can make that you enjoy, don't hesitate to share that with the community over here. And we will see you again really soon. Thank you. Some of the dried beans that I got from UPick, the dry roasted beans. We've got edamame and the black soybean. And we're going to give it a try. So here we go. I can say that was absolutely delicious. I wasn't sure how those beans would work out in there, but they added a really nice crunch and really melded very nicely with the flavor. So I'm just going to stop right now and finish off this thing as soon as I possibly can. Thanks and have a nice day.